Hi everyone, it's me, Teresa McKelvey with the Yarn Shop Around the Corner, and this is a little bit, possibly going to be a little bit of a longer video. I'll be uploading this one to YouTube, and let me take off my jinglies. Uploading this one to YouTube and then sharing it on the Facebook page because I have a few things that, see, I can't get settled. I have a few things that I want to say. Oh, that's too low. I'll just stand up. So yeah, I have a few things that I wanted to talk about, and so I wanted to do a little bit of a longer video instead of my quick, run around the store, here's what's happening. If you've been following my YouTube journey, if you've been following this Facebook page journey of the yarn shop and my crochet and everything, then you know that I entered into this in a not a very well educated on the craft or about yarn, or even about crochet. I didn't even know how to knit when I came upon this adventure of opening a yarn shop. And so you also, if you follow, you know that I did a big thing about doing it afraid, because I was terrified, but I just kept feeling this okay, this is the right, just take the first step, then take the next step, and don't overanalyze it, don't think too much, just try to make measured, calculated steps, but keep moving, keep going forward, and then trust the process, trust what you're doing. And so anyway, it has been so far, like I said, I was doing it afraid. I kept doing it afraid. I kept crying, as I was do each thing, I would kind of cry. And I'm not a big crier, but it was just my nerves. That's how they came out. And so I just kept going forward. And then as the shop has opened, so many people have embraced not only the shop, but me. So many people have come out of the woods, so to speak, because we live out in the country, but they've come out of their circles, their community, their places of where they were doing their craft already. They were doing their crochet, they were doing their knitting, but they were doing it within their circles, and they have come into the shop and shared their knowledge, passed on their friendship, their community, and they're reaching out and have helped me. They've made the shop better because they've come in with their suggestions. They've come in and started teaching classes for me, because I can't do everything, but I also don't have all the knowledge to do everything. There's been people who've come in and said, I have a space for you to, to have a workshop. I have, someone else comes in with, I have connections to help you do this or do that. And it has just been overwhelming, and it's been wonderful, and it's been exciting, but it's also been something that I'm very aware that I'm not driving. I'm not I'm just along for the ride and hoping that I'm recognizing and seeing opportunities to the best of my ability, and that I am sort of hopefully managing all these wonderful resources that have come. And it's like, so we did the Hats for Kids program, and so it was my heart's goal was to get some hats for kids. And I wanted to do the whole Dadeville Elementary School, and some very wise people said you need to hone that down. That's a large number, and so I was deciding to do the kindergarten class of Dadeville Elementary School, and then that was a lower number, and then I found out there was only a few in the preschool, so I thought, well, let's. Someone suggested that we add the preschool. I'm so glad they did, and so we did, and now, as of today, so the goal was to be able to give out the hats by January the 1st, but as of today, all the hats are paid for. They're all done, and that was by the community. The community came in and donated the money for, they bought all the yarn to make the hats, and so that's what they've done. They did it. I didn't. I just offered an opportunity in the community itself. Even, when I say community, I don't just mean where I live in Dadeville, excuse me. I mean the community at large, the Facebook community, the YouTube community, people who I've never met in person but have followed me on YouTube purchase hats. And it just made me feel so connected to my friends and my community that I've created and that I share in. But I guess what I was trying to say, and I got a little distracted there, but is that I offered the opportunity, but the community of people stepped up and made it happen. And that's so exciting. And now it's like I was real embarrassed to bring out my knitting machines because I thought, well, this is, I have an Addi knitting machine. And I thought, well, this is cheating. This isn't, really don't know how to knit. And I had so many knitters that said, bring it out, get it out of the bag. Oh no, let's use it. And so now we're making these hats, and now the local community, are coming in, and they're men that are learning to knit on a knitting machine, and they're working with the hats, and then they're challenging like we had the chief of police come in, and then he challenged the fire chief, and then it's just gone on, and so we're getting them made. I would show you, but I didn't want to have to move the camera around. I do a lot of that on Facebook, and I know it probably makes you difficult to watch. But anyway, so we have all the yarn stacked up on a couch, and so people could come in and have 2 knitting machines now, and they can knit up hats, and it just allows them to be hands-on, and it allows them to kind of see the yarn shop, see what it's about, pass it on, and the information that it's here. And so I'm just tickled to death about how well that program went. I mean, that they're all purchased for, because I was like, I just didn't know how it would be embraced. And the community, you guys, the community have just embraced it, and I want to thank you so much for that. I've been overwhelmed, like I said, by the response. It's been wonderful. I've had people call me for orders. I've had people come in. I've had online orders because we have the website, we have the Facebook page, we have Instagram. But I've also been like, okay, Teresa, you need to temper down your excitement. So, like, I tell myself, well, this is the Christmas season, the winter season. This is when people are crocheting and knitting and making handmade things and buying handmade things for others. And so, and it's also the novelty. You're new in town, you're a new business. So there's a lot of people that are going to come check you out. Come January, it may be dead for a while. So I've been trying to temper my excitement. But I'm also like, well, it's okay to keep that thought like in the back of your mind and think, okay, well, because that then just seems to spur me on to say, okay, well, then what creatively can I come up with in January to get people back involved in the shop? What are new things I could bring in? How can I educate them about yarn so they want to come in and touch it and feel it and use it? How can I keep them invested in what we're doing here in the shop? And I think it's by not really selling yarn as much as it is building a community and a place where you could come and learn about yarn. And so I've already seen people be exposed to yarns they never even thought of, and then they grab it, like, I just can't help but grab this beautiful Malabrigo yarn. But they come in and they touch it and they feel it, and they realize that when you're crafting with something, it's not just the end product. It's the time. It's why you're sitting there holding a yarn that feels so luxurious in your hands. I mean, that's pleasing. That's all part of the art. It's like, I would think like a clay person who works with pottery, feeling that clay, and you can't see, I'm using my hands to talk. But anyway, I would think that is part of the enjoyment of doing the craft. And so I know for using yarn, fiber arts, the enjoyment, if I have a yarn that's itchy and dries my hands out and it doesn't feel good, I don't really want to do that project, no matter how beautiful it may look at the end. It's just not as pleasing to me as working with a yarn that feels luxurious and is going to last a long time. So I think, and I haven't really put a lot of money back into purchasing more yarns yet, because shipping And I think I just really want to focus on that come January. Really just getting different yarns, getting different excitements about that. So, like I said, this was going to be a longer video. I don't plan on editing it. I plan on just uploading it. But I just wanted to say that, gosh, it's just been a whirlwind. I'm so thankful. Um, I'm just so thankful that everyone has embraced this. I'm so thankful for all the words of encouragement, for people just calling me up and saying, I just felt the need to call you and tell you hi, and I'm so glad you're doing a yarn shop. I mean, just little simple things, like meeting Nicole, who created the shirts. I mean, that it has my logo. Every time I see my logo on something, I get giddy. It's just so exciting. And it's so fun to see people come in the yarn shop who say, I don't crochet or don't knit, but I just want to come see all your wall of colors. And so that's exciting. That's fun. I just love that. I love sharing this that I am so passionate about. And I just wanted to take a little bit of time out to let you know how it's going and to let you know how I personally feel, because I've tried to, everybody knows I'm all out there. I don't keep a lot hidden because that's just my personality. But I feel like with the Facebook page, I've done a lot of here's what's going on, and so I do want to continue doing that. But every so often, I need to take a time out and check in with you and let you know how I'm really feeling, how I'm really thinking, and where my heart is at, because that's who I am and that's what I'm doing, and that's what is working for me. That's what is driving my passion. And so I just wanted to say this very long-winded thank you all so much for supporting me and for being willing to just go on this kind of little journey with me. I am excited to see where it goes. I'm excited because I'm learning to knit. I'm learning so much more about yarns, and I've met so many people. It's overwhelming. Jeff and I were just talking about last night. We were sitting on the couch. It's like, can you imagine that, 6 months ago, I didn't know any of these people. And now they're such a vital part of my everyday, of my life. And it's just amazing. And I just wanted to share that. I just really wanted to make sure you knew my heart. I don't have a lot of time when people come in the shop or send a message to tell you how much this means to me, how much I appreciate you, and just I'm so excited to be a part of this. I'm just so excited just to be a part of this. And thank you for that. Thank you for supporting the shop. Thank you for encouraging the shop and me. And thank you for sharing it with others and letting them know about it. And that's pretty much it. I hope you're all having a great day. I'd love to see you in the shop sometime. And so that's all I got for today. Bye.